Hey everybody, welcome to How to Skate Like Matthews. This is going to be a 5-week course where we're going to talk about some of the drills that really made Auston Matthews who he is, and then we're going to talk about how to integrate that with the downhill skating system. Now, when we watch Matthews move, we can agree that he's just got this silky quality to him. I really love these drills in particular because when I first used to watch them, I had no idea what was going on and how he was just under so much control. And what it really comes down to is great mustaches and also really, really good heel control, heel and ankle control. That's what we're going to go over today. And it's like very hidden when you see him move, but once you start to, oh, here it comes, once you feel it, you can't unfeel it. And part of the research that led to this was having conversations with his skating coach who trained him from a very young age, Boris Doroshenko, and asking him a little bit about his philosophy. Interesting story on him. He came to me and he said, "It's funny you said that the best players stick handle with their heels. That's exactly my philosophy." He's been really open and shared all his stuff with me. And I wanted to take and unpack what he has shared with me and then also add it to the downhill skating system so that you can make sense of that. Here is the very first drill, and I will just kind of quickly lay it out, which is that it's inside heel, inside toe, outside heel, outside toe. It's just really simply this drill. And I've got a couple different levels of it, which is, you can see here, Otto on the left and Ethan on the right, doing a pretty good job of it. There is Otto landing on his heel, on his outside edge, then on his toe of his outside edge, then heel of his inside edge, then heel of his inside edge, toe of his inside edge, toe of his inside edge, and then outside edge heel, and then toe, and then toe. Now, you might be wondering why this order. Well, we most of the time go heel to toe. You might be asking yourself, why are we like going all the way to the heel and all the way to the toe? Is because it kind of maximizes the arc. It maximizes the rocker, and it takes it to its extreme. So when you take it all the way to its extreme, you get full control from heel to toe, and then inside edge to outside edge. That is part of the why. Now, another big part of the why is the ankle mobility that comes from this drill. And we know something known as the Y angle. This really helps you to not only develop Y angle, but also ankle rocker, and also the aggressive heel pressure that is needed along with shin angle. We can see here from Otto, the top left, what's happening is that ankle is rotating and he's getting that Y angle. You can actually see there's this articulation here between his ankle and his shin. And if we back it up a few frames, you can see how he actually had to articulate his ankle. This here ends up being the other way, and then he has to articulate and invert the ankle. And that's what we want to see, and that's what we see with Matthews, is that, and it's very subtle, remember that, is that these movements that he's making with his skates are very subtle. They're hard to see because of the skates, but we can see how much ankle articulation he has and he feels comfortable with, just like that. Now, what you should be feeling, by the way, is your peroneal muscles. And we've talked about it before, how what we want to make sure that we have is we want to make sure that we are using the flex of the skates, rather. We should actually feel like a pressure around the skates. And one of my hypotheses around the skates is that the newer skates that we have today that are much stiffer allow players like Matthews to be more loose with their ankles. You can see right how much articulation Matthews has with his ankles here and here. If this skate is not stiff, that's a very challenging thing to do. But that's, I think, why a lot of players these days are able to get such aggressive Y angle, is because of the skates. But I bring up the peroneal muscles because I think that when you're doing this well, when you're on your inside and outside edges really well, you'll actually feel a stretch across your peroneals when you get, especially on the outside edge. And then also some of your internal calf muscles when you invert like that. When you, let's go back to Otto here, which is that when you pronate like this, when the ankles come in, that's called inversion or pronation. And then when you go on the outside edge, that's called eversion or supination. And that those ranges of motions are ones that we can do standing, and we can really practice getting reps on just standing in place. And then we end up starting to feel more and more comfortable with doing those movements and doing them in motion and adding them to downhill skating mechanics. Now you can probably guess that based on how the weeks are set up, I'm going to take you first through the different drills, the why behind them, and then we're going to talk about how to integrate this with the downhill skating system. And we've been seeing some really fantastic results. And I'll just tell you one last story before we wrap up and take you on to week 2. But just this morning, I was doing some coaching, and so we did a drill, which was at the punch, shuffle, corkscrew, and then we did a rep of all of these drills, and we'll talk more about this in week 5. And immediately, the players, the parents who were watching, and myself all noticed a massive improvement in speed and control. It was noticeable. It was actually faster. It was incredible. That's what's coming for you. This is a way to really maximize ankle mobility, to allow for shin angle, heel pressure, Y angle, really the holy grail of ankle mobility that we end up seeing with our good friend Auston, also known as Big Tony, around the leagues. Hope you learned something new. We'll see you in week 2. And thanks for watching, and get working on that inside edge, outside edge, heel, and toe pressure. And see you in the next video.